President Trump made an appearance on the campaign trail in Wisconsin yesterday to bolster support for Republican Congressman Derek Van Orden among rural voters, specifically farmers who have been hit hard by high prices due to Trump's tariffs and his war in Iran. But during his trip to Wisconsin's hotly contested 3rd District, the president made it clear he could be doing something else.
I don't need this. I got elected. I don't have. What the hell do I have to be here for? I got elected. I'm here because I like the farmer. I mean, when you think about it, I guess there's a lot of truth to that, right? I could be home right now in the beautiful White House watching somebody else on television talking.
The president also acknowledged the effect the Iran war has had on surging fertilizer and fuel prices and sought to reassure voters that the economic pain would come to an end soon.
Your fertilizer prices are going to go way down, just like they were 4 months ago. Your fertilizer's down, your energy's down, your oil, your gas is all coming way down. We're also helping bring down grocery prices for hardworking Americans, and they're coming down very rapidly. Remember, I inherited these prices. I didn't start. My prices were great.
Joining us now, Democratic candidate for Congress in Wisconsin, Rebecca Cook, who is running to unseat Republican Congressman Van Orden. Thank you very much, Ms. Cook, for being here.
Yeah.
You're there in Wisconsin. Are prices coming down for you?
Not that I can see. Not that I can see, and not what I'm hearing from folks that I'm out talking to in the district. This war in Iran in particular. Diesel prices are surging for folks, the price of fertilizer. Farmers are really getting squeezed very much at every turn.
And we bring this up because yesterday you spoke at your family farm before the president got there. Your family had to sell the farm because of rising milk prices?
Not because of rising milk prices. We had to sell our cows because of the low price of milk. So, we've had a family farm in this district for 150 years. And, basically the federal government was like, go big or go home. We milked about 70 cows and it was tough to make ends meet. I think no matter the administration, it sort of always feels like farmers are always put last. But I think in particular, the Trump administration, sort of the war on farmers that I feel like they've declared in the way that they've enacted tariffs in such a swinging way. Nobody had time to plan for that in a growing season. Reciprocal tariffs have had a huge impact on farmers' bottom lines. We're huge growers of soybeans, huge producers of cranberries, and it's been really tough for folks. Add to that, the failure to expand the ACA tax credit premiums. A lot of farmers, for the first time, got insurance after the Affordable Care Act was passed. People are seeing their premiums go up from $400 to $1,800 a month, which is ridiculous. Nobody can afford that.
Ms. Cook,
whether you're a farmer or not, period.
Yeah. You have outraised, once again, Derek Van Orden in Wisconsin. Between January 1st and March 31st, you raised around $2.4 million. He raised and reported raising around $1.3 million. This is not your guys' first time on the opposite sides of the ticket. In 2024, you ran against him. He won 51.4% to 48.6%. What feels different now that you are running again? Why now? Why does it feel different this time around?
In 2024, I outperformed every Democrat on the ticket. So I outperformed Harris by 9,000 votes. I outperformed our Senator Tammy Baldwin by 5,000 votes. And we did that because we really worked to show up. And what was a red wave year? We worked to show up in rural communities and working class spaces that I feel like our party has been leaving behind. And we were talking about issues and things that we knew were really keeping people up at night. We were talking about the economy. We were talking about securing the border. And I think that this go around, when I think about have things gotten better or worse, and talking about some of those issues, and we know that they've gotten worse. I think the climate is different. But I also think, Derek Van Orden, my opponent, has failed to show up for any sort of in-person town hall to be accountable for his votes. And where we live, your word matters. I think the issues that the president campaigned on, the issues that Derek Van Orden campaigned on, they haven't delivered for rural working America, rural working Wisconsinites. So I think people are well aware of that, well aware of the way these policies have impacted their pocketbooks. And I think that we'll see in November, people vote with their pocketbooks, right? So we're feeling really good. I mean, this is a pure toss-up race. This is clearly they're calling in, RFK Jr. was in the district earlier this week. Donald Trump was here, yesterday. And I think that they're concerned about being able to hold on to this seat. And so this is one of those paths to winning back the House majority. And if you're interested in helping my campaign or learning more, you can visit cookforwisconsin.com. Viewers can to learn more to support the campaign. But this is a clear path to winning back the House.
And Rebecca, let's quickly listen to what Trump had to say yesterday in Chippewa Falls.
Sure.
We had 22 fountains. None of them worked. That's before and after. Look at it. Look at it. Then we had the reflecting pond, 2,500 feet, massive, longer than a building. We have a stat here that's sort of great. Can you guys see this okay? You have the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at how that reflects. It's like a mirror.
Are people in your district interested in these projects?
They're not. They frankly are not. And I think it just shows how out of touch these coastal elites are that are coming into this district and failing to talk about the actual issues that are keeping people up at night, and the policies that, they've been enacting that are really failing working families. But that's certainly not what I'm hearing from people. I'm hearing from people about their concerns about being able to go to the grocery store, fill up at the gas pump, pay for their rent or mortgage, and have any sort of money left over at the end of the day. God forbid they go on a vacation, this summer. People are really struggling.
Rebecca Cook, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.